Hi everyone, it's Lang back again. I just wanted to come on and share my project share. And this is for a swap that is hosted by Crissy, and she is Blue Ridge Papery on YouTube and Instagram. And she's hosting this strawberry patch swap. It's a strawberry themed and it's a tag flip. Make one or make two, minimum of 5 tags, 3 by 5 each. The following embellishments should be on each tag. So on each tag we had to put 4 bowls on one tag, 2 rosettes on another tag, 4 flowers, a Memdex included, and 2 multi-layered embellishments. And I'm sure because on her video she said that we had to embellish, the rosettes. So let's get into it. So I just wanted to wrap it up so I could get on with the next swap. And first off, I just wanted to come on and show you this card that I had created. This is for the host. It's a 3 by 3 card. And I think this die, it's cutting die, is from Temu, or I think it was Temu. So I just used that 3 by 3 card cutting die, and I cut out the matting for the top, and I also did a plain colored cardstock for the inside. So I'm gonna leave it blank, and I'll be writing a note for Crissy. And also this envelope cutting die, it comes with another set of 3 by 3 cards. This cutting die, this die did not have an envelope. The word hello is from, was it My Crafting World? Let me see if I can find it. And I just had it. All right. It came from, shoots, where is it? I just use it. So, well, I'm sure it is from My Crafting World, who is Anna. Anna is on YouTube. And this was one of the word dies that she had. And it was crafting, or crafty words, or essential words. It was one of those. So I just put on foam tape on the shadow to give it dimension, and then I cut the word out of foam. I think this is the 1 mil foam, and I just I was gonna add like flowers, but then it wouldn't fit in this envelope, so I had to keep it flat, and that way it just would slide right in there with no problems. And then this flap, I love this envelope. So pretty, the scalloped edge on the top of the envelope flap. So I made the bowl to go onto the card, but because the card wouldn't go in with the bow on it, I just had to come up with another plan and then use the bow on the outside of the envelope for a closure. So that way it keeps the envelope shut. So this is for Crissy. And then I made a tag to go on the packaging. And it says Strawberry Patch Swap 2026. And then I have my info. And then I also have this info. And it says for the hostess. So that will go with the packaging. And And so we also had to, I think she said we had to do a dangle. It doesn't say, oh yes, must include a dangle or tassel from the tag ring. And then between each tag, you got to include a goodie, you know, to hang it in between each tag. So that's what it says right here. And then you package it nicely, and then, yeah. So yeah, so my dangle, I was kind of on the fence with what I was going to create. I was going to do some ribbon dangles, and then I said, maybe not. And then I was wanting to do a bead dangle. Then I said, no, that is just what everybody is going to probably do, tassels. So this is my dangle I created. So I made 2 swaps, one for the host and one for my swap partner. And both are exactly the same. The papers might vary, the prints on it. And I used digital called Strawberry Patch Digital. And that was absolutely gorgeous. I also used another digital, which was just a strawberry themed digital. If I can find the person on Etsy that I bought it from, I will put those information in the description box below. But anyway, let's come to the dangle. So first off, I wanted to hang strawberries from the tag flip. So I made a 3D. I sewed a strawberry. The leaf is sewn on or glued on with fabric glue, and it's out of felt, so it's the green felt. So I made 2 little strawberries to the side and a little bigger one in the middle. And as I was finished with the strawberry, I was looking at it, and I was thinking, it doesn't look without the beads, you know, like just plain crochet thread. Excuse me. And then I got out my little beads, and I'm so, you know, like my very first one I made, I didn't string. After I had sewn it, I had run the thread up from the bottom in here and then through there and all the way up. Then I beaded on the beads. I strung on the beads, strung on the beads. And then I went through over into the clasp with the crocheted thread and down through every bead again and into the strawberry and sewed it in here. And then the leaf is sewed on, but then the ends are all glued. And that's how I did. So the center one, the longer one, only have that's the only one with the gold clasp, and the other 2 are on not jump ring, split ring, so it wouldn't fall off. And then I attached it. I created a tool bowl because after I was done with the dangle, it looked so very plain, and I said I wanted to add a bow on it. I wanted to add a fabric bow, and I went and sewed one, but it was so big that it didn't look right. So I saw my red tool, and I was like, I think that would be it. So that's what I did. I made a bow out of the red sparkly glitter tool, and then I created this flower, and I said, oh, I need something in the center of the bowl. So because strawberry, they flowered before they become strawberries, I created this flower and I glued it on here. Hopefully it stays on with glossy accent. and I'm sure I'm gonna have to glue it on with more glue before I send it out. And then I attached another jump ring on the top and added the plastic red clasp here. So that's my dangle for my tag flip. So let's start pulling the tag. So the top tag, she wanted us to create something on the tag that would like define our crafting or whatever, however. So this is my very top tag. Here we go. I'm sure you recognize this. This is from KS Craft. It is the dessert box, this strawberry. And what I did is I turned it into a shaker and I added all the strawberry desserts on the very top of the box. And I created the tag. And this tag is from Erica's Cutting Dies. I think it's the large pocket tag. And that's how the tag I'm using. And the bow is from my little crafty shop, who is Lisa, and she's no longer in business, but I bought, I think, I would say I bought 90% of her dies when she was in business, because I met her through when I was in Hawaii, and I met her online, and then I just started buying her cutting dies. I fell in love with all of her cutting dies. So that's what I created, the bowl. And she called it the scalloped bowl. So how I layered the tag is I used this glitter mesh. It's a gold glitter mesh. And I placed that on the very bottom. I added a rosette, it's a pink rosette, and then I added the bow on top of the rosette. And I used, KS Craft has a garland die of fruits. It's a must-have in your stash, because I joined the fruit swap last year. Lacey was, she hosted that swap, and that's why I bought this, because it was a fruit swap. So it was all a variety of fruits. And I'm I'm sorry, excuse me. I have to drink some water. Let me put you on pause. Okay, so I used a strawberry garland part to create the center for my bowl. And also I attached and glued ribbon cascading down below on the bowl, and I used the same strawberry for the ends of these ribbons, just to give them some interest, you know. And then this butterfly, when I did my Valentine's swap, I created a lot of these butterflies, so I wanted to use it up, and I thought it was so pretty to be right there in the corner. So that's my very first tag. And then as you flip it over, this is the other paper collection. It's a digital, and it's the strawberry themed digital. So what I did is I matted the back of each tag. I added the pocket that comes with this tag to hold my Memdex card, which is this. It's so pretty. I love how it came out. I created a strawberry covered chocolate. I used a Tim Holtz tiny bowl. I added a heart glitter here. The Sentiment Sweet Strawberry from, I believe, KS Craft Fruit. I think the fruit words. And I also bought it to use it for my fruit swap. And these flowers are Scrap Divas Erica's. I think it was a while back. I think when she first started her business. And I'm sorry, but it's all in a hot mess. And these are the flowers. And now it's becoming to where the designers are putting it on flower plates. I mean, to make it easier, but I love it when it's broken up, because, you know, at least you can pick the dies and use it when you need to. But that's my Memdex, and I believe this Memdex is from KS Craft. So I layered it with the gold glitter mesh, and then on top of the sentiment that has foam for dimension, and then my flowers. How pretty. I love how this came out. So this is the tag, and then on this pocket I just had printed out Strawberry Patch Swap 2026. So this tag has to go sideways because it won't fit if it went the other way, and it works good. Perfect. So that's my first tag. And in between, my first in between goodies, I am gifting some of my trim. And first off is the gold glitter mesh. I have the red mesh and the pink mesh. And I created a bag topper for this, Tutti Frutti. I added a belly band and I put the word trim on it with my special flower. So that's the second part of the tag. I should add it on the ring as I go and put it together. So that's that. Oh no, I should add it later. Okay, so my second tag, I believe, was, it's in a hot mess, rosettes. No, I don't think it was rosettes. I think it was the bows. I put the bows first because I wanted the colors to go in order. And these removable glue dots is sure, I don't know, it's not making it stay put. It's just, so this is my second tag, and on each tag, I laminated the matting part of it. So when I put my embellishments on, it won't stick to the paper. So each matting is laminated. And these are the bows. I used the strawberry for the center of that. I hung a dangle, a strawberry charm, and I added a flower for this. I think these are the newest cutting bowls from KS Crafts. So I did a little one and I didn't embellish that. And this bowl, I don't remember the cutting die of that one because I did it a while back, the very first time. Added a flower. So that's my second tag. I also matted the back of it. And my in-between, I created a pokey tool. I did not glue the beads down, so if you want, you can take it apart and use it, or glue it down if you just want to leave it. I just add some earring backing to it, and then a dangle. And I also created this pretty bag topper. It's perfect size for this pokey tool. So what I did is I just tied elastic around it to hold it from moving side to side. You can either cut it off or you can just pull it out from the top up. So that's my second goodies. My third tag would be the rosettes. So I did 4 instead of 2, but I did embellish 2. And the other 2 is unembellished. And I love how these came out. They're so pretty. Let me take it off. So this is what I did. I did the rosette. I added a red mesh in between. And then I placed the foam tape under the gold doily. And then I cut out, I don't think you can see it, but there's a strawberry, a larger strawberry under there. And then I added 2 of the dessert strawberries on the top. I used a dye from the fruit word dyes, says fresh, and then I added a flower. And that's the rosette. Love, love, love. This is exactly the same, but I used a red foil doily, and the rest is all the same. Oh, and I also used the gold glittered mesh on this one. So that is my 3rd tag. And in between that tag, I created this little cute shopping bag. And in here is a gift, so I'll let it be a surprise. I also created a pretty bag topper that matches this, except it's a little bigger. So that's what I did. I cut out the word enjoy, and I layered the gold mesh, the word, and I 2 flowers for embellish. That's my 3rd goodie. And my 4th tag are flowers. I created some vellum flowers. These are the daisy dye. This is the poppy. The poppy die plate I used from Cass Craft to cut out these. So I did 2 vellum and 2 solid red. I love how these turned out. So they are all unremovable dots, and this matting is laminated, so you don't have a problem ripping the paper. And then I also put a backing of a different print. And then my 4th goodie, I created this post-it note and this cutting die, this bag topper that says sweet stuff. And I have to clean that gluey thing. Love how this came out. I also had printed out Strawberry Patch Swap in the back before I matted that. And I did hang a charm, and it's on the pen. I put a miniature pen in there. And the post-it note, you can replace it because this is a pocket. So that's the 4th goodie. And my last tag is number 5. Are my embellishments, and they're my layered embellishments, which we were supposed to make 2 multi-layered embellishments, but I did 3. I did a shaker. This is the miniature, the smaller jam jar from Erica's, and I did the star, which is the Starburst cutting die, my favorite cutting die. Love making embellishments with that. And then this is Erica's, I think this is her flag banner. And I cut out these hearts, added that, and that is what I did. So that is my fit. And so that is on my tag. So I was kind of like, I bought a let me show you. Hold on. Let me go find it. I'll put you on pause. Okay, I'm back. So I bought this from Dollar General thinking my swap would fit in it. But it came too chunky because with the goodies in between and the embellishments, it didn't fit, and it was so tall. And I was like, oh no, so I had to come up with another plan. And that's when I went ahead and create a strawberry tote. I also did the same for the ends of the ribbons here. This is the drawstring ribbon. So what I did, I was looking at videos on YouTube, and they did have, but their totes were treat bags, like really tiny. And I needed mine to be, this measures 12 inches high and 11 inches across. So I had to come up with my own measurements because I had to be sure that my tags would fit in there, plus my goodie and my sweet treat. So that's when I came up with this. The leaves, I drew out a pattern to create my leaves. And when you pull this, and I also did an inside lining to make it finished. And I added my handmade label. So that's what I did, and let me show you what it looks like when you pull it. Doesn't it look like a strawberry? I love this bag. It was so simple to make. I just had to find the fabric, and I actually did 3 tag flips because I overcut the tags, but I didn't have enough reds, and I had more greens and more pinks and no reds, so I stopped and I had to use the tags. So I came up with, I'll show you, and I'm gonna keep this one because it's a different color. And this is what it looks like. All binded up on a tag, binding ring. And this color, let me move you up. It is the green and the pinks. So that's the one I made, and I'm keeping this for me because it doesn't match the other two. But I also made a complete with the dangle. This one has a pink bowl and a flower, and then you have all the little goodies in between. As you can see, that's how it looks like. And one of the bowls surely fell off because of that removable glue dots not holding it down. And that's what it looks like on the ring, the flowers, the goodie, the rosette, this bag, and the last tag. It's a chunky monkey. I mean, it is huge. This tag flip is very big and so much goodness. So that's what it looks like. And I made a bag for it too. So the bag is a different color. So the bag for that tag flip is this color, the pink and the green. And I made a pink strawberry for it. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the plain, has that leaves on it. Yes, I ran out of the red polka dot fabric and the green polka dot for the leaves. So I had this in my stash, and I just went ahead and cut it up and just created a bag for my tag flip that I'm keeping because it's my first tag flip swap and my first strawberry swap. I I mean, I didn't have anything strawberry, so I hope everything came out okay. And I hope my swap partner will like it. And Crissy, I hope you like your whole swap. And I will not show the goodies in the sweet treat because it's yours. And I will show you what it will look like when I package it up. So this is what the swap is going to look like when I package it up. With the card, everything fits in here. I also did a tag. And in the back, I also had put it swap partner. And then I put my label so they know who it's from. But this is what it looks like. I tied a tool around it. And I held the back with a little foam tape, double-sided foam tape, to hold it from sliding off. So that's how this packaging look like, and I will package up the other one and send it off to Crissy. I hope everybody liked what my project share. I really enjoyed creating this tag flip. I mean, it was something new to me and I loved it so much. Thank you, Crissy, for letting me join, and I hope everyone liked my video and hope everyone is crafting and staying safe. Have a great weekend. I'll be back because I need to continue to do 2 more swaps. You folks take care, and until then, aloha.